Shalom, shalom. Kol halalim labana wa Yahweh Eloheinu wa Hashem Yahweh Shai wa Hashem Ruach HaKodesh. Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Yahweh Shai, Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Yahweh Shai, Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Yahweh Shai wa Hashem Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the prophets of the same body and to the affiliate camps. All praise to Yahweh Hashem Shai wa Hashem Ruach HaKodesh. I'm sure you guys have seen these so-called realistic silicone masks, you know, as well as the curses that are on our people. Okay, being in prison houses and being called, being the dregs of society, and being all the bywords, and people want to be you, copy your style, copy your innovation, the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, but then they want to hate you at the same time. When most crimes are committed by the so-called white man, but the so-called white man uses their own statistics against you Israelites, you so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. When they're the creators of the paperwork, the adjusted paperwork, saying that you're 12% of the population when you're actually more. And that's just the so-called black man, but with all the 12 tribes together, we are like the sands of the sea, pursuant to Hosea 1 and 10. So Esau, the so-called white man, is the biggest criminal on the planet. Look at his track record, look at his history. They commit the most crime, but their people doctor the paperwork. Their people get away with getting electrocuted by the coppers. What do you call them? Stun guns, or whatever they're called. But when it's you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, especially so-called black people, you get shot. It happens to the Hispanics as well, and Native Indians, but they don't talk about it. Otherwise, if they start talking about it at the same time as these so-called blacks, then they'll say, okay, shit, they're going through the same people. Maybe they are our people, but they divide it up. Hence the reason why they make more slave movies on a so-called black man, but they don't touch the so-called Hispanic or Native Indian man. Along with the bad food, the alcohol, the specific alcohol and snacks that they only put in the so-called Israelite, so they only put in blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian neighborhoods and reservations. Certain alcohol or beer, they only put there. They never put that in the so-called white man's neighborhood. They never put that in, the Ishmaelite neighborhood. They don't put it in the Elamite neighborhood, the real Elamites. Okay, they don't put it in the Moabite neighborhood. They only put it in you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to destroy you. They don't give you the jobs. They give the so-called black woman, the Native Indian woman, and the Hispanic woman the job so she can just be a slut in Esau's white man office, so that she can be the concubine in the office. If you go to certain offices, which I've worked in, here and there, which I've even worked in. If you go in there, if you do get blessed to get a job, all the women will be brown women as well as white women, but they won't have any brown men there. There's a reason for that as well, and so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indian men know why. They give all the women the best jobs, so they can have that overpowering, and so they can have that hold out over their men, saying that, oh, you're nothing. I'm supporting us. You can't do nothing for me as a man. Because the so-called black woman and the so-called white man are our biggest enemies. Eve did side with the serpent, and in this earthly realm, the serpent is a so-called white man, and Eve is a so-called black woman. She is the mother of all the tribes, all the Israelite tribes. Mother of women in general. Yeah. Yeah. But along with the curses, the fact that you Jakes don't get jobs and they terrorize our neighborhoods with drugs, so we get destroyed, and then penalizing us even further so we stay in prison longer, then giving us bad food and music, putting satanic vibes in our music and everything else. Kidnapping our children, putting them in the sex trades, the sex slaves, using their body parts to sell on the black market. Melanin is more expensive than gold. That's just the tip of the iceberg. I'm just saying. I've got so much. I want to try and make this a quick video. But then on top of all that, you got these realistic silicone masks, which a so-called white man uses to rob banks. And guess who gets blamed for it? You Jakes. Like, for example, in the movie Goodfellas, if you watch at the start. Remember when Henry Hill and, who's a Jake in real life? Irish Jake. And Joe Pesci plays Tommy, who's a Jake also. In the movies, they're Jakes. But the truck driver was an Edomite, I believe. He comes in and he says, two niggas stole my truck. Can you fucking believe it? 2 niggas stole my truck, right? And even if a so-called black, Hispanic, or Native Indian hasn't even committed the crime, right? Don't get it twisted. Even the pale Jakes that don't know they're Jake take part in it also, because that's the hatred. Deuteronomy 28:54. We'd have hatred amongst the tribes. Okay, Northern and Southern Kingdom do that too, right? As well as the pale-looking Jakes and the Jakes that look like other nations. But in this case, even if you haven't done the crime, they'll still blame it on you so-called black men. So you become a byword and a proverb. So you become known as a thief and a murderer. Like in the movie Godfather. Yeah, when they have that meeting, they say, yeah, well, I don't want drugs sold to no children. I don't want no sold. I don't want them. I want them kept away from schools and our neighborhoods or whatever. The way the Italian Jake said it. Remember, Italian Jakes. They think they're white and they're gonna die with these crackers. But that's the curses. They said, sell these drugs to the dark people. They're soulless anyway. No, they're animals anyway. Let them lose their souls. This is the hell Jake has to go through, especially Jake with the original look. Yeah? And then you got these crackers and other motherfuckers out there making these fake masks. And these crackers, these Edomites and other heathen nations use these masks to commit crimes. So you so-called black men and any of you other Israelite, and any of the other Israelite tribes that have the so-called Negro look get blamed. And then coppers just shoot you down to destroy you further, to demonize you further, to make you a byword and proverb further. And you Edomites are going to pay for it, man. Let me just play this. Let's check it out. Fair use, fair use. Okay, I'm not making no money out of it. All right? I'm just stating the truth. Look how realistic that looks. A little bit more tweaking, a little bit more makeup. Chuck an afro on there. Look at that. You think that's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, man. With his bald head. Look at that. He goes and robs a bank. What do you think they're going to say? Oh, it was a black man that did it. What did he look like? His medium brown skin tone, wide nose, fierce looking masculine face. Look at that. See how these crackers do? How many Jakes use a white man's face to do that shit? And I'm not talking about Point Break. Don't bring that bullshit into it. That movie from 1990 with Keanu Reeves. Yeah? They were just using president, dead president masks, and they were whack looking. They look like caricatures, so they didn't even look real. That was a joke. All right, check this guy. This is a while back, but it's still done to this day.
Five of the banks were robbed on a single day in April. A Florida man has pleaded guilty to committing a string of robberies with the help of an elaborate disguise.
And that was the same mask by the look of it. I think it's just sold at the market. Edomites are buying it.
At least 6 banks were robbed of a total of $15,000 in the Ohio area earlier this year. 5 of the banks were robbed on a single day in April. Witnesses said the suspect was a black man, and surveillance video backed up the reports. Until police officers got a tip. Officers searched an Ohio hotel and found an exploded dye pack from one of the banks inside a vehicle. They arrested 30-year-old Conrad Zederek, a white man who clearly does not resemble the black man witnesses had seen.
You see that, right? He's got like green eyes, even though so-called black men do have green eyes, but just to make it look more realistic, so there's no kind of uniqueness to the black man's face. He wore sunglasses to cover his green eyes, so they don't say it's a black man with green eyes. So this cracker, this Edomite devil, this motherfucker, had a mask, trying to look like a Jake, put some shades on, and rob numerous banks until the Lord got this motherfucker caught up. So this truth is coming out. So the skirt is being lifted on you devils, man. All the truth is coming out. How you Edomites operate, how you take over, how you take over countries, huh? All the lies that you've been covering up all over the years, that the UFOs, the chariots of the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, are real. Those angelic beings that are in there, that they're not green men, they're the so-called black men. The angels are showing up on camera, live. Everything's coming up. All the righteous stuff is coming up. The skirts are being lifted, and all the stuff on the left-hand side, the evil stuff is coming out, being lifted on you devils, man. How you pre-plan everything, right? Trying to create your own an agenda. How you show everything, prophesy on the left-hand side in your cartoons and movies and commercials. You know? Well, President Trump's going to get hit with a bullet and all this, and that, and the third. Simpsons and all that shit. And then making videos in 1989 with Gerald Ford, saying that, he was stating that in 1989, that there'll be a female president, and the president at the time will be deleted. You know, allegedly. I mean, this is what was said. We'll see how that turns out. November's around the corner. Okay, this is the kind of shit these crackers do, man. You know, and a lot of us knew this in the past, but now everything's just, it's like wiping a looking glass. Everything's just it's coming out in complete clarity. 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. We aren't ignorant of his devices. We know what time it is. We know what's going on. And what I'm just bringing out is nothing. It's small. Everyone knows about it. I thought, let me just touch on it because I just saw that guy creating the mask. And then there's the guy. Look, this guy, realistic silicone mask. When is it? 3 months ago. The same damn mask, and this guy was robbing banks prior to this many years ago. So this mask and these kind of masks are already out there on the market. When was this? Let me see. 13 years ago. So you figure it out yourself. He's all been doing this, and all the blame goes on you so-called black men. For the most part, Israelites ain't like that. Because when you go to these, when you see these sort of prank videos, you see young Jakes, there's a young Jake, I don't know his name, man. He's got a real effeminate sort of attitude, but he walks around the supermarkets saying to women, "I'll try this wig on and open your bag and steal these chips for me, or this rice for me. I'll get it from you outside." And the women and even the men say, "Hell no." They don't want to steal because Jake's got that. Most Jakes have a righteous element. They know that stealing is wrong and they don't want to steal. Okay? But when the same prank is turned on you Edomites, you crackers, you actually do it, and you do it anyway. You're the biggest criminals on the planet. You're the foulest people on the planet by nature. Okay, because this is your world. You're made to, you know, you look like Roseanne Barr, but your Edomite artists make you look like Marilyn Monroe. But our people look like royalty, but you Edomites paint them, to look like, James Brown on crack and homeless. So we're not ignorant, man. A lot of you Edomites believe in this Hulk Hogan doing a speech and all that kind of shit, trying to pep up America, USA, USA. But Hulk Hogan hates niggers, though. He hates so-called black people. He hates so-called brown people, right? He hates ninjas. He hates N-words. But then he tries to talk like an N-word. Use the even though he's just a fake. He doesn't embody that Jake spirit. But he tries to act like one with the do rag and all that, the big handlebar mustache. Because most Edomites have a bald face. They don't keep no facial hair. Saying brother, 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 and tans the hell out of himself to look so dark. He looks darker than some Jakes. But he's so proud to be American and white and shit. Well, fuck Hulk Hogan. And you Edomites want to believe all the lies out there. You so-called white people. Because your America's falling. You actually believe Trump is your savior. Psalm 91:3. For you elect out there. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. These snares and traps. Yeah? And the noisome pestilence that's yet to come. And you elect are going to be saved. These things occur, right? These things are made to catch you 2/3. These things are done to catch you 2/3. So when an Edomite commits a crime and uses a master like this, the anger and hatred is amplified towards you Jakes, and then you 2/3 get eliminated. Like that woman whose house was broken into, she actually called a so-called black woman. One of the elders made a video on it. She called the police because there was a prowler in the neighborhood, and the police went to her house, and she was a young so-called black lady, and she was saying, "I rebuke in the name of J-word, Jebus," and that Edomite didn't even use a stun gun, where they electrocute you and knock you out. Didn't even use that. But they use that on Edomite so-called white people that are swinging and punching at them or trying to swing a bat. They don't shoot them. She didn't even grab anything. But the Edomite copper, who must have been 6'2", 6'3", a big fat fuck, right, caveman looking, shot her straight in the head. Okay, but the elect are going to be saved, man. No matter what snares and traps, There's these, that E5au tries to do, even pursuing Psalm 83, trying to stop you from being a nation. All right? E5au, the so-called white man, and heathen nations can't touch the elect. You understand? But you 2/3, and even the elect do suffer from this. All right? But the elect carry themselves in a different way. They move in a different way. There's a guiding and shining light. Yahweh Hashem Mashai walks with them, and the angelic beings, our brothers, walk with them. So there's a certain presence amongst the elect where, even though these crackers and heathens are saying these N-words and these this and the third and all these bywords and all that kind of stuff, they would think all that, but yet these so-called fucking these Edomites, these crackers and heathen nations want to dress like you, want to wear Jordans and dress like you, match the clothes, want to have cars with big rims, want to candy paint their cars, want to listen to rap music, R&B, hip hop, rock and roll, doo-wop, reggae, salsa, merengue, jazz music, classical. They want to listen to your music, want to be like you, so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, right? But still call you a proverb and a byword, and still want to copy your style, wear the hat backwards, wear the do rags, you know. Even though lining up your beard and having fades and seasons and all that is against Israelite custom, but even though it's Jake has done it, and Jake still does it, and it's really connected to Jake's, the Edomites, heathens, and nations are getting faded up too, getting lined up and shit, getting streamlined beards and shit, getting the mustaches and beards sharpened up, getting tram lines in their eyebrows, you know. But now this astonishment and byword, pursuing through Deuteronomy 30 verse 7, these curses are coming onto these Edomites and heathens, man. Now they're homeless, you know. As Dave Chappelle said when he made a comment about drug use and when he first moved to a certain area, I think it's Idaho he's from or something. He lives in a honky area. He said that when I went there, he goes, I saw a lot of sleepy white people, you know. And then he also made a comment. I don't know how he said it. He said basically the way you so-called white people didn't care about my people, right, being sick and on drugs, yeah, the crack and heroin epidemic in the 70s and 80s and all that. He goes, I don't care about the epidemic that's going on with you people. But he said it in a comedic fashion. And I know you Jakes out there, right, are watching this. And I've seen it on Netflix, okay? But this is what our people have become because of all the bullshit Esau been doing. Deuteronomy 28:37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord Yahweh Shemashai shall lead thee. And we've become that, man. All right? And I'm telling you what, me being an Israelite foreigner, right? The Israelite foreigners look different from the so-called race people assume them to be. Yeah? We look different. There's a different spirit about us. That's why we hang with each other more. We don't deal with other people in our supposedly country that we're from. Now we clash with them all the time, and we are a byword amongst, um, you know, amongst the heathen. Yeah, we're a byword also, even though we don't have the so-called Negro look. Okay. It's hard to explain because you brothers in America don't really know about South Asian culture like that. But in the UK, it's big, you know, especially amongst the Sikhs. A lot of the Sikhs, which in America, a lot of dumb idiots assume them to be Muslims, the ones who have turbans and beards. A lot of them are actually Israelites. Okay, everybody's not a Punjabi. Punjabi is the land of the five rivers, right? Where my family are from, which is on the borders of Persia or Iran today. And a lot of the Sikh people are from there. And that state has been heavily, all the soldiers and the best fighters and wrestlers and sportsmen are from that area and are from that region. Okay? We're the actors and actresses of Bollywood. We make it pop for the most part. Those fine looking Bollywood actresses, sometimes you Jakes admire in America, around the world, those are mainly Israelite women. I'm talking about the really attractive ones that look like Northern Kingdom. Yeah? And the rest of India hates us. That's why they tried to eliminate us. That's why they tried to do those riots in 1984 where all of the Hindus were clashing against the Sikhs. And the Hindus are basically Elam. And the Sikhs, majority of them, there's Elam amongst them, but the majority are Israelites. Hence the reason the long beards, the turbans, the meat trees and stuff. It's hard to explain. All right. And anyone who listens to this, Brother Napash, the Turkish Jake from the GMS UK camp, he made a video saying that, yeah, he's talked to a lot of Sikhs. Not everybody wears a turban in the Sikh community. Some wear turbans, some don't. The ones that are baptized Sikhs don't cut their hair and don't cut their beards. And they wear mitris on their head. They're known as saint soldiers. They join the Indian army the most. They use them. The Elamite government used them as a front line to destroy them, to make them, to eliminate them. They want to destroy the Sikh faith. Okay, so they become all like Hindus and idol worshippers. Okay, But I know that I'm an Israelite, hence the reason why I call on the name of Yahweh Hashem Yashai. It's hard to explain, man. All right? My brother Napash knows that most Sikhs are Israelites. If you you know the tall, light-skinned Turkish Jake in the GMS UK camp, he made a video on that. Because there's a lot of us over here. And we don't vibe with Gujaratis or Tamils. Like, for example, that bitch Kamala Harris, she's a Tamil Hindu. And Tamils are South Indians. She's Elamite. But she don't look like an Elamite because most Elamites are really dark. They look like there's Bengalis and Tamils that are usually at the gas station. They're usually about 4.5 feet tall and real charcoal black. They don't really have like a shine to their brown skin. That's them. You gotta understand, everybody in India is not the same people. There's a lot of Jacob there. You know? That's why we are a byword. Okay? They make fun of us in their Bollywood movies. Oh man, it's just so much hard to explain. I'll be here all day. You know? But anyway, going back to the fact of the matter, the original looking Jakes. This is how these crackers do my people, man. Putting on making fun of the original look. And then on top of that, heathen nations profit off our misery by selling us crap and coming into our neighborhoods and selling us crap and liquor, fucking our women. And then these heathens make masks like this to demonize us further. And you heathens are going to fucking pay. All right? And all you Jakes that are, you Israelite women that are married to these crackers, no matter what package you come in, you Israelite women, so-called black, brown, yellow, even you so-called white-looking Israelite women that are married to these crackers, you're all gonna pay. Understand? Because you gravitated towards the serpent, and the Lord has used has used the serpent to take you on board. All right, you're gonna get it, and you Jakes out there that love the cracker, these Edomites, you're gonna get it too, because you're joined unto them. Man, you Edomites are gonna fucking pay, man. All praise to Yahweh Hashem Yashai B'Hashem Rakakwadash. Shalak Rayam to the Edomites, heathens, and the 2/3. All praise to Yahweh Hashem Yashai B'Hashem Rakakwadash. Shalom.